good evening, good morning, good night, lovelies. It is the one, the only Cappy D Bar, and we're here to discuss some wrestling. Now, a little housekeeping. Unfortunately, all right, I am running into a little bit of a technical issue. So, if you hear, the ambient sounds of a PlayStation 5 in the background of this video, do not adjust your television or your phone screens. It is simply your boy's fault, all right? Got to get a little bit better at that, I'll be honest. We're also going to be cracking into directly our July 9th, 2026 Dynamite. Now, there's a lot of other things that I should be speaking about. A lot of other things of very important relevance in the wrestling world, right? Jack Perry signed his AEW contract again, because everyone just assumed that he would go to NXT. Don't know why, but they did. A lot more than just a dozen or so people in some bumfuck little water town somewhere. So we're going to just graze right over that absolutely nothing burger of a story. On to bigger, juicier, more calorie-inducing news. Rhea Ripley has decided to not relinquish her title after 34 straight days of being out of action after let's call it a happy little accident at a house show with Jade Cargill. Now, as I addressed, Liv Morgan attempted to take credit for this injury and kind of all of the misfortune that's been happening in Rhea Ripley's life, but Rhea Ripley has been tag champion and women's world champion in the span of 3 to 4 months away from it's like a 3 to 4 month gap. So there's a lot of just booking work that needs to go into Rhea, what she'll be doing when she does get healthy, when she does get cleared. As of right now, she is not cleared, she is not healthy, meaning that she needs to vacate that fucking title. The idea that we're still sitting here on our thumbs, right? Essentially just waiting for something to pop off with Rhea. She turns up somewhere, maybe she has a crazy surprise return, right? That really shocks the IWC. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I've already spoken about this women's division. It's gutted. It's fucking malnourished. It's neglected. All right. You find better caretaking. You find a better, you find a better taken care of animal. All right. In your local fucking Petco, damn near. There is not an ounce of fucks given into this women's division. And I think Rhea Ripley, being on her 34th, 35th day of just consecutive injury status, right? That's a month without anything from your WWE Women's World Champion. Then on the back end, everything happening with Liv and just the lackluster storytelling. It's all a fucking mess. It's all one massive fucking mess. And unfortunately, these motherfuckers are too cheap to buy Swiffer broom. So we're just gonna be stuck, knee deep in shit until the foreseeable future, until maybe Summer Slop rolls around. I will not be forgetting that 1 year anniversary is here. That's pretty fucking cool. Pretty cool. I will be doing a whole video on it, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you. All right, everyone who tunes into this, hate watch, love watch, my stalkers, my ops, hey, and everybody in between. You are seen, you are valued, and you are appreciated. You have brought me to a YouTuber platform. All right, what can I say? All right, I'm established, I'm here, and I ain't fucking going anywhere. All right, so let's get through some really interesting things for July 9th, 2026 Dynamite. I'm gonna do a pretty cool collision with Twitch. Twitch, was surprising. I didn't think that Twitch and AEW would have honestly such a kind of symbiotic relationship, but the live viewers can definitely get a nice little bump for the overall viewers of Dynamite. Statistics are statistics, man. You don't know which one to tell you. And Agent 00 is actually a very prominent known YouTuber in the younger sports world. Very big in the basketball world way back when with Low Tier God. No, not Low Tier God. Fuck his bro's name. Los. I think his name is just Los. No, not Los Polo. I'll put a picture up of these niggas, whatever. They used to be really big basketball guys. Saying all this to say that the sports fan base is very big with this nigga. Same with Cash, massive 2K guy, massive basketball guy, even a little bit of football. So, them kind of dipping their hands into these younger, just unexperienced audiences, or maybe people who are just more used to John Cena and Jeff Hardy, giving them shit like Kenny Omega, giving these niggas matches like a Konosuke Takeshita, giving these niggas matches like the women's survival of the fittest that we'll be talking about very shortly. That's good. That is good for your brand recognition, all right? It's good for building, it's good for building a retainable audience, right? Because now they know, and Paul Heyman described it perfectly. This is not the Federation. This is probably the strongest and most rival offshoot of the Federation since WCW. So Again, just a lot of solid shit with that connection. I think that that's going to do wonders for them. They didn't choose Kick, they didn't go for Rumble. They went for the big dogs and Twitch. So if you see WWE are the Federation, if you see them copy something like this in the near future or emulate it to the best of their ability, do not be surprised and do not fall for they're the first to do everything bait. Because I promise you that shit is simply bait and nothing more. Now, talking about the matches at hand, very, very good slot of matches. Questionable things here or there, but we're going to get to it. Tommaso Ciampa versus Chris Jericho. This is about the 5th time that these niggas have had this match. I have intentionally not spoken about this feud because the first 2 matches were just fine. The first 2 matches we got from these niggas were just fine. I don't know why Tony has dragged this feud out to the length that he has, but he has. I pray that this is the last match because it's a very solid match. It's definitely not like a, easy fiver. I'm not going to get turned into a fucking like Meltzer head over here, but it's actually a very, very good match. Chris Jericho hits a very smooth crossbody. I'm butchering it. Chris Jericho hits a code breaker. He hits a code breaker and it's actually very, very good. It kind of reminds me of that code breaker he hit on Ricochet for Forbidden Door. And I was like, damn, nigga, you moving. Like, damn, old nigga, you kind of moving low key. But Chris Jericho definitely definitely washes off any ring rust that he has for this match with Tommaso Ciampa. The idea is that it's it's a beach break, so everybody is kind of reveling in this whole beach summer gimmick. There's sand everywhere. There's a suplex onto a beach chair from Chris Jericho onto Tommaso Ciampa. Listen, I don't know what the fuck is in the air, but everyone just decided to do their biggest and most creative spots tonight, and I really do think that is because of Tony Khan. Again, he hammered this home in an interview, saying that when he puts on a pay-per-view card for a regular TV taping, it's only for the people who can't exactly get that full experience. And now I think it's no shadow of a doubt that anyone who tunes into an AEW product, whether that be an episode of Collision, episode of fucking Rampage, right, like you're gonna hypothetically see something that's like, damn nigga, that was pretty fucking good. So Collision Dynamite has been firing off all cylinders lately. Really, really good for that. The finish to this match was it was pocket sand. I wish I was fucking lying. Chris Jericho has in the code breaker on Tommaso Ciampa. It seems like this match is nearing its end, and Tommaso Champion, shall I say, throws a little sand in the eye of Chris Jericho, finishing up this match for a good uno, dos, tres. And Tommaso Ciampa basically says that he prays to God that this feud is over. Hey Tommaso, we all do. Okay, all right, we all do. All right, next match on the card is the Porno Star versus the Alpha and Konosuke Takeshita. Now, these two have a very checkered past, obviously going back to everything that they've done at the Don Callis family, but everything before then, right? I think you could argue that back in 2021, 2022, you can look at Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher as 2 future pillars of this company, and now here we are. These 2 niggas are basically semi-main eventing. I'll be honest, practically a semi-main event. Yes, there are other matches before the main event in between this match. It's a great match. Like, it is a great fucking match. The biggest takeaway that I think I can give for Kyle Fletcher is just, bro, he has just such an intimate, raw feel to him, and I think this is where he gets some of like more of his homoerotic kind of tendencies, because, bro, what he does in that ring with Takeshita, it can only be done with somebody that you know inside and out. No pun intended, maybe all puns intended. Who knows? This is a very, very good match from not only Takeshita, but Fletcher. The apron spots were very, very good. The manager hijinks on, obviously, with Don Callis on the comms, playing in to the 1, 2, 3 from Kyle Fletcher, to setting up the future match between these two. Kyle Fletcher now has officially the TNT and the AEW International Championship under his belt, all under the age of 30. Very inspirational, very inspiring, my Aussie brother. I want to know definitively what exactly is the roadmap for Kyle Fletcher. I personally would have Kyle Fletcher keep this championship, but again, Konosuke Takeshita, international talent. Same thing with Fletcher. Money's a little different though. Hey, the money's a little different with Konosuke. So I really don't know what they're gonna do. I would like to imagine that this is gonna happen, again, maybe with Konosuke getting screwed over and taking a little time off, leading to maybe a big pop return, and that's only so we can get a couple of guys in between, Kyle Fletcher in that championship, like an Orange Cassidy, maybe even a hypothetical like a Shibata, right? Like, hey, there are pieces of this that could just naturally work if Kyle Fletcher was given this small little, small little runway to kind of work his magic on. But again, we have to understand this match is not like it's not to skim. Like, this is a very, very, very fucking good match. The quality of TV matches that we've been getting from AEW lately is fucking insane. This isn't even the main event. Like, ladies and gentlemen, we still have an entire fucking main event to get to. Mick Foley comes down and he has a 1v1 with Kyle Fletcher. I'm kind of okay with Mick Foley's placement in AEW right now. Don Callis, again, kind of trying to little dog Mick Foley. That was also pretty funny. I like the idea of Mick just being, a piece of this roster. Essentially just a bullet that they can always fire from their chamber. And I really do think that Mick Foley works in those surprise, even like announcer, interviewer-esque roles. We can really see his personality shine through, right? Because one of his first questions was, "Hey man, like, you and Konosuke have like a really deep connection. Like, what's going on with that?" And I can imagine maybe that wasn't on the, probably wasn't on the teleprompter. But Mick Foley just, again, using his character, using that presence, this very loving dude love-esque, aura, to say, man, like, you guys were kind of close, no? Like everyone kind of thought you two would, go face against the Don Callis family, and we were all really fucking wrong. So, little moments like that, again, it just really ties the story together. I liked it. Personally is the biggest part of me liking the Mick Foley inclusion, all right? Please don't try to take it up with me or my mama, okay? Listen, it is what it is. Yes, but as I said, the Kyle Fletcher does go over, and we move towards our next match of the night, a women's survival of the fittest, which is essentially what it is. It's not titled as that, but that is what it is, and we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Now, I don't want to minimize, all right, what the potential, all right, of this match should have been, right? Because realistically, a 1v1 with Athena, right? And I don't know who's the first person out here. Was it Athena? No, I think it was 4 people. Originally, they started with 4 people out here: Julia Hart, Sky Blue, Athena, and I want to say, like, it wasn't Sheeta. It was somebody. Oh man, the comments are gonna fish fillet me for that one. Listen, this is a very solid match, again, very decent. I'm not the biggest fan of the whole everyone go out there and just kind of make it work thing. I really do think that this locker room has the potential for very, very, very good 1v1 feud. I mean, like, even on the card of what I'm looking at right now, right? We have Megan Bayne and Athena in the exact same building. You niggas don't want to build around that? Why? And understand, Athena is the Ring of Honor Forever pure champion, and that's, very fair, very reasonable. Maya World's right there. Suzuki's right there. Like, there are people who could put on a fiver with Athena, who could take that championship off of her, letting her get more just natural playing time on the AEW roster. Her even being here, again, massive W's, all right? Athena Elite Wrestling, all right? Hey, my minions stand up. All my real minions stand up. I need Athena, all right, to progress at a fucking light speed in this industry, like in this company, right? At a light speed. Now, Mercedes Moné is, kind of playing the lifeguard. If you would, everybody gets really fucking goofy for this taping. I don't know why, but Mercedes is essentially playing the lifeguard, and one of the most reactive moments she has of the night is when we get the return of the one and only Willow Nightingale. Now, Willow makes her way down to the ring again after people like Julia Hart, Sky Blue, and Athena. Maya World is who I was thinking about earlier. Sorry about that, chat. All 4 of these ladies, they do their damnedest, but then Willow comes in and she stomps on shit. That's basically what it is. She gets into this ring. She kicks Athena on beat. Massive return pops. Also, Thekla is on the commentary, which I liked a lot. Big fan of that. Mina Shirakawa is also in this match. Thunder Rosa. I think my point is getting across. There are so many fucking women in this match. And like, women's wrestling W. +1 star. Unfortunately, -1 star for just throwing all the women together and giving me a here nigga damn match. Not the biggest fan of a here nigga damn match, but I can't excuse that the talent exuded in this match. Bar far none anything that we get except for the main event. Very, very, very solid showing from these ladies. And again, the Konosuke match, even like that opening match. even that opening match with Tommaso and Chris, just solid matches all the way through. I do want to really crack down on the booking here though, because what is the booking in the roadmap for someone like Maya World, right? Somebody with all this momentum, all this potential, all this natural organic hype. Where does it go? Where does it get transferred to? Somebody like Athena, who is established and respected, and who has been, and the fan base has been waiting for everyone to pull that trigger. That trajectory, where does that go? We're looking at Thekla, Julia Hart, right? We're looking at Thunder Rosa, Mina Shirakawa. I think the easiest example is if you guys have ever played Warhammer, the symbol for chaos is basically what I'm thinking when I look at this. It's just a bunch of different reactions and it's a bunch of different paths, all in the exact same match with no real direction. Not a massive fan. Not a massive fan. I will again acknowledge that Willow and all the ladies in this match do their motherfucking thing. There's a really cute security spot where a Sky Blue and Julia Hart just start fucking up security and ring boys. Popped me. Popped me a little bit. What can I say? I'm a schmuck. I'm a bit of a jabron when it comes to the easier shit. But those are very, very fun spots. And again, I can't say that even the end of this, with Willow going over and the big celebration, the confetti, right? All that being cut short by Thekla, the Sisters of Sin, being intercepted by the Triangle of Madness and Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné not trying to be too much of a face, so she kind of impromptu wax Willow with the belt. Listen, a lot of cool shit from this match and post-match, but I can imagine somebody watching, the Divine Domination or the Divine Dominion, I guess, and Megan Bayne and Megan Bayne and Lena Cross just kind of teaming up with Mercedes. It's kind of why. It's kind of why. I don't know. I don't know. Basically, we're setting up a bit of a trios match on the way to Redemption in Canada. But would I be honest if I told all of you that I would just kind of like for Julia Hart and Sky Blue maybe to start doing their own thing? Maybe. Maybe I think Sky Blue's ready for that next step where she can kind of do whatever the fuck she wants by herself. Maybe. It's fine. That's just me. My wacky, crazy opinions. All right. Main event for the night. Main event of the night for July 9th, 2026. Dynamite. MJF, the Devil, Judas himself versus Kenny. Oh, by God, Mega, the king of this sport, the god of professional wrestling, the cleaner, the belt collector, the best bout machine. Imagine what these two niggas do when you let that bell ring, huh? Imagine what these two niggas did. Listen, Big Hebrew, all right? Mr. Omega, Fiverr. There's nothing else to really talk about. Easy fucking Fiverr. We could even get down to some of those outside spots. A fucking tombstone onto the head of Kenny Omega on a fucking chair. Kenny gives this nigga MJF a big brew while he's on the apron, sends that motherfucker swanton bomb through the announcement table. This match hits on every single cylinder that I would like for it to. We can also excuse, the dastardly underhanded tactics of the MJF, yeah, and how Will Ospreay, the Billy Goat, the aerial assassin, he comes in, he intercepts all that shit. He tells that nigga MJF, shit is not sweet. You will not try to fuck over my dog, my big homie, my OG like this. And for lack of a better word, Ospreay helps Kenny put away this match. Like, MJF tries to do the whole ring thing, right? Doesn't work. Then MJF goes for a low blow, title shot. Kenny kicks out at 1. The world erupted. It didn't work. Like, there is a lot of great shit about this match. A lot of really good shit. Again, these two are very comfortable with each other, so the chemistry is there. The foot placement, the pacing, it's there. Kenny's intensity, so he knows, like, this is like a ride or die, right? This is the last chance that he really has to show that AEW locker room and the wrestling industry at large that he can be trusted with the big boy toys. Kenny put this motherfucker away with a one-wing angel. Uno, dos, tres, your new AEW Men's World Champion, Kenny Omega. And how sweet it is to be Mr. Omega. I mean, genuinely, everyone is head over heels about this match. Everyone is head over heels about this booking. A lot of people are kind of upset that they, quote unquote, took the same turn that they took with Sammy, but I like to disagree, but I like to disagree aggressively. And the reason I will so aggressively and so vehemently disagree is because Kenny Omega is getting this championship opportunity after months and months and months of fighting, clawing, and gnawing his way to the top, opposed to CM Punk, who, in kayfabe, because he never walked out there in the cast and said, I got stitches in 19 places I can't tell you about. He never got out there with the trainer saying, hey guys, I'm unable to perform. Here's my guy Fred to confirm and, let you know this is a bit of a shoot. I'm really not coming back to work because of this fucking elbow. Like, nothing like that. It's just, hey guys, I'm out of here. Catch you niggas later. And then he just came back with a championship. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Sammy holds that shit for 9 days. Everyone in the world is head over heels so euphoric about it. Niggas in fucking MLW. Karrion Kross is on the radio morning show like, yeah, I'm really hyped about my match with, Booker Bronson this week, for the MLW World Championship. How about that Sami Zayn though, huh, man? Look out for Sammy. That shit's great. Like, everyone is so happy about this shit. Kill that shit in 9 days. MJF picks this shit off, back off Darby Allin. You know what the whole world says? Let it fly. And then his nigga goes on to have a 70-day title run that is almost perfect. Almost goddamn near impeccable. That's how fucking majestic this guy MJF has been with this title. And now he's relinquishing this title to give us Wembley, Omega, Ospreay 3, or maybe 4 at this point. Ospreay and Omega 3. I'll kind of just go with that. It sounds better on paper. Ospreay and Omega 3. That shit is going to sell out London. Okay, they're going to fill that Wembley Stadium to the fucking gills, all right, with a bunch of mad lads, bruv, all right, and you know what, I'll be transparent for a moment. I do not know if this match is going to equal the caliber of the match that, they had with the Screwdriver and Don Callis that led to Kenny, and, listen, there's an entire fucking mythology with that Screwdriver and that Kenny Omega and Ospreay match back in 2022. But what we're going to talk about now is if Kenny can match those heights. I think he jumps leaps and bounds over that fucking match. I see this match maybe 6. We might see a 6er from this nigga Dave. Also, Dave, big guy. Look at me. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a real heart to heart, right? You putting out a review for that Kendall Gray and Natalia match, and not that Maya World and Mercedes match. Hear me out. You got a star rating for MJF and Kenny, but not for Mercedes and Maya World. Nigga, stop playing with us. Stop. Hey, Dave, stop it. Okay? Stop it. Already told you about the tax. Whatever you give that shit, it's an immediate plus 2 stars. And honestly, plus interest, that shit might be a natural plus 3 stars. Nigga, it's almost a month. Hey, brother, man, we're on day 14 waiting for this fucking review. You are done. You can't get out of this one, buddy. All right. We could touch on NXT very briefly. NXT is fine. NXT is okay. NXT has been a lot better. NXT is fine though, and NXT is doing better than Smackdown. And that's really all I got to say about that. I got a little bit of time to talk about Smackdown before this pretty red light shuts off. Punk goes out there, he kicks off the night, a bunch of cheers, bunch of we love you, we want to suck your dick, Phil. Basically, that's what these niggas are talking about in this crowd. He goes out there, he names a bunch of people for the pop. Gunther, Trick, Royce Keys, Finn Balor. I already said Trick. He doesn't mention Mello, who's surprised by that. Not you, not me. And he's just basically looking for a pop. I wish I was lying to y'all. He goes out there and sends a bunch of names, a lot of names that people would actually like to maybe watch him wrestle. Actually, him versus Finn Balor again wouldn't be terrible. It's fine the first time. Cody comes out and says, listen here, sonny boy, I want a match with you because it's what the people want to see. And then they set up the match for SummerSlam, and that's that. That's the match. That's the story. That's the match. That's the story. Punk said there's a bunch of niggas I could wrestle. Cody said, oh yeah, you want to wrestle? Let's lock up. The Nick Aldis, the Brawling Brit, Captain Britain, Nick Aldis. By the way, not suspended, not fined, not fired. Why the fuck would you fire somebody? That's a story. That involves creative. That involves a roadmap, planning, predictions, all right? Fucking hypotheticals into the 19th nether. That's what that includes, all right? If you want to book something like a manager getting fired for putting his hands on the talent, right? So Nick Aldis is here with Gunther. Again, these niggas can't see into the fifth dimension. So Gunther getting payback, Gunther getting consequences for A, ruining a Raw match on a show that he's not on, and B, putting his hands on the general manager of SmackDown. Neither of those things get acknowledged. Both of them, water under the bridge. You want to know what else is water under the bridge? Gunther in his title shot, water under the bridge. This nigga gets put in a tag team match. How could these two personalities survive match? I kind of feel bad for all the YouTubers who predicted all like the really predictable, just really silly shit that we were gonna get for this feud. They were all right. Like, they were all right. We're getting this tag team match where there's gonna be a little tension, maybe an unintentional bump onto one another. Maybe small shades of a heel turn before a double turn, and now they have a shake hand segment to end of the night. Like, nigga, this shit stinks. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This shit fucking stinks, bro. We could talk about very briefly, that Mello and Trick night, the Mello and Trick segment. Baron Corbin steps in between the Mello and Trick match. That was pretty good. Why? Because Baron Corbin. That's why. That's Baron Corbin. Jimmy Uso pins Royce Keys clean. Clean. Man, the shit this fucking company does, man. Who has Morgan Blackhand's number? Honestly. Oh, and to make matters worse, the match gets thrown out. Yup. Trick introduces this new fur title. You think that would, maybe add a little bit of, a little bit of weight to some of his matches now, kind of give him a little bit of levity? No. His match gets thrown out. He is still the B tier, maybe lower B tier player. Based on how this production is looking for my nigga. Somebody theorized a fatal 4-way with Baron Corbin, Ricky Saints, Trick, and Mello. Wow, man. Like, I'm gonna be so serious for a second. That is maybe, and I mean maybe, the worst fucking match I think I could have ever thought of in my whole life. Trick and Mello, the way that they don't want to give them the spotlight is exactly how they don't want to give either Jacob or Oba the spotlight. A lot of people have been really cracking open this whole Oba not choosing Roman or Cody thing, or I guess Sammy, right, at SummerSlam. And it's simple. It's because they're scared. Because they're scared of Oba Femi. That's why. It's really nothing. They're scared of Oba. They're scared of a nigga like Jacob going up there and actually maybe outshining Cody for at least a second or two. Like, they don't want that. You think that they want Jacob to go out there and have more physical prowess and more hunger in his grasp than Roman, the golden boy? Are Ulafala wrapped tribal Trumpy? Like, no. They want Jacob to play the second, third, maybe even fifth fiddle if he can. Same thing with Royce. Same thing with Javon. Same thing with Oba. They do not want who they need to succeed. I missed one of those names that CM Punk mentioned. Damian Priest. The fuck is this company's doing? Where's Ilya Dragunov? Ilya isn't worthy enough for a match with the CM Punk. Give me a fucking break. Let's talk about this women's division for a little bit while we're on the Smackdown. Again, for July 10th, 2026. So, can I be honest for a second? I think Jade Cargill should leave. That's what I think. I think Jade should go to New Japan Pro or TGPW. I can't imagine another second of her in this fucking company. She goes up against Alexa Bliss. Again, It has to be a 1v1 because Charlotte's on the apron. She's looking like a fucking sad adopted puppy while Alexa's getting the dog shit smacked out of her cracker ass. It's like my 9th time seeing this. I just don't care. I don't care. Like, this is the same feeling I have with Oba and Heyman in the ring together. Again, like, what are we doing? Like, there's no fucking way somebody goes back there and says, let's have a rehash of the match we just did and think that this shit's gonna go over well with the crowd. There's no way, right? There's no fucking way. I mean, I don't even want to call that a Smackdown rant. That was like a shotgun. Like, Smackdown is the shits. Like, I normally wouldn't say stuff like this. You would be better off listening to one of my niggas like C-Jax or BC talk about this Smackdown. It isn't worth it. It's not. Like, I wish I was joking. Nothing happens. Baron Corbin returns to ruin a perfectly good 1v1 that should have been at SummerSlam. But these niggas don't want black men to main event. So let's move on from that. Jade Cargill and the rest of this fucking tagged women division is in limbo because Rhea is the golden goose. And niggas don't want to make turducken. So they won't behead the goose. I know that analogy is a little funky. Just walk with me for a second. That Rhea entire situation is putting this entire women's division in cryostasis. It's in limbo. No hypotheticals, no hyperbolics. This shit has slowed down to a snail's pace. This is like the 9th time we're getting a Jade solo match. Meechin and B-Fab are just playing the ring apron. It's like, what the fuck is this for? Who is this for? Can't be for Jade. Can't be for Alexa. Cannot be for Rhea. Holy shit. If you're still setting up this trios thing with Alexa, Charlotte, and Rhea, suck my dick. So, oh my god, and that's the only thing I can imagine them doing, because I remember talking about that shit before Rhea got injured, and how horrible of a fucking idea that was. So, us being where we are now, not surprising. I'll be honest with all of you, not surprising at all. Dynamite was very good. Dynamite was very, very good. NXT had pieces of it that I think could be great. Saquon Sugars, Kendall Gray and Natalia, Layla Diggs, Lola Vice, Kaylani, Callie Armstrong. Callie Armstrong was on the first taping for NXT in a very long time. So, like, very solid aspects from NXT and very, very, very good, damn near great aspects from Dynamite. But, you know, when we talk about that line in the sand, man, that Federation creative room is never gonna really meet its peak of peaks. And like, I think it's done. I'm serious, y'all. I think it's done. Like, I think that this SmackDown, it just proves why everything in the Federation is the way it is. They can't even sit here and cook up a real story with Cody and CM Punk. It's just, hey, here's a list of niggas I want to wrestle. Cody comes strutting down as a nigga who wants to wrestle. That's the match. I don't know, man. I don't know. People say that this shit stinks and that AEW, you know, at least it's bad entertaining, but this is at least good entertaining without the wrestling. And I just don't know how you can watch them emulate something like two niggas just wrestling to wrestle and think, oh yeah, man, this is total Federation gas. Like, nigga, is this not just a fucking page out of Tony Khan's playbook? And I'm not gonna say that Tony Khan has again ever been some fucking Nostradamus of, you know, of booking, but at least he would add a little meat to these bones, like Cody and Punk's feud being what exactly? What is it? Oh, God, man. God, it's bad. It's fucking bad. SmackDown was bad. Dynamite was pretty fucking good. And NXT was fine. NXT was bearable. NXT was pretty bearable this week. All right, that was everything that your boy Cappy had. Not only for June 8th, July 8th, 2026, NXT, July 9th, 2026, Dynamite, and July 10th, 2026, Raw. Oh man. In July 10th, 2026, Smackdown. Now we have a lot of other stuff going up for the rest of the week, including my 1-year anniversary video. Woot. Very impressive, very cool. Along with One Piece, Collision, and a lot of other really cool, funky things. So I hope all of you have a good one. However you catch this, whenever you catch this, hope all of you stay hydrated, stay healthy, and as I always say, right, you all stay tuned, stay safe, stay beautiful. Peace.